guys, welcome back to Winsome Cottage Garden. My name is Hannah. I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. Today we are back in the city and I have the long-awaited garden maintenance part 2. It's actually been a little while since we started part 1. Life, frankly, has taken over and I have a lot of other projects I was working on that you've seen. So I also have a little bit of a confession that you're going to be seeing this a little out of order as some other projects that I've already filmed and got scheduled. But I thought I would share it with you. Oh, and welcome summer. And yesterday was the summer solstice by the time you guys are seeing this. So my vlogs are going to be shifting to a summer focus vlog, which still includes a lot of planting, but also will include maintenance and harvesting a little bit more. It is a glorious evening. I just drove back from the cottage not that long ago, but it is cool here in a way that it hasn't been and is not going to be for a little bit. So I thought I would take the opportunity to quick hop into the vegetable garden and see what I can do in the next hour and a half or so, because that's about as much light as I have. In fact, I was out doing something else. Oh, hat hair. You'll have to forgive me. But I don't think I need this anymore, which is even better. So let's make our way into the vegetable garden. I think a lot of today is going to be focused on a quick weeding. As well as trying to get some straw down in these center beds. It's been a little bit since we've been in here, and I think I mentioned it's been excessively hot, so you can see that my peas have suffered for it a little bit. But they're still setting. In fact, this one is probably going to be ready to eat in the next day or two. And I don't know how much I'm really going to get off of them before the heat saps them entirely. So I've just been watering them as much as we can. Ooh, look at this. I think in the last video, garden maintenance video, I ended it by cutting off the canes, and it's so much happier now, especially now that the sawflies have moved on. Some deadheading, but is that not beautiful? Minus the dead. Focus on the beauty. There we go. So pretty. This is a Gertrude, I think I'm going to say it all the time, but this is a Gertrude Jekyll climbing David Austin rose, which is my favorite in the whole garden of all the roses I have. Changes a little bit, but this one's a pretty tried and true fave. Looking around, you can see I'm finally getting some ranunculus blooms. It's interesting to me that the only two that are blooming in this mix so far is this really deep purpley ranunculus. It's very pretty, but it surprises me a little bit. I've got some tomato tying up to do. I've got some suckers that are going to need to come off. And I still have this anemone bed to weed, as you can see. There's a little bit over here amongst the ground cherries, but it's mostly over here. Though they're finally also beginning to bloom. And they're just so pretty. And hopefully I'm going to be able to quickly get this weeded, get it mulched, and give it a nice drink. Other things to update you guys on. Last time I know we planted the zinnias. And they're looking pretty sad, as you can see. I had some pest of some kind come in and just really decimate them. So they actually ate these entirely over here. There's a couple that I don't think they're going to hold on. I am going to leave these for now, give them another week or two, and then I might re-sow in place more zinnias, because I just love zinnias, and I know it's going to be late to get flowers, but it's better late than never. Same thing with our beans. The ones that did come up are not looking great. They were eaten by the same bug. So those I will re-sow, maybe not today, but soon. Strawberry patch is looking good. I've been grabbing strawberries, so there's a couple spare bits of grass that I am going to pull out. Since the last video, I did come on out here and quick shove some salad starts in the ground that I had. I wish I had actually added some more soil to this before I did, but I don't think I had some on hand. Though these tomatoes also need a little bit of tying up and pruning. It's the story of tomatoes. So, weed, a lot of weeding, a lot of mulching. Let's just kind of see what'll happen. If I can, I might get to the square beds as well, because they have not been mulched yet. But they need some drip done to them, and I don't think I'm gonna have time to do it tonight. So I might tack that on to the end of this video by waking up in the morning and doing them because it's in the 90s here this week, which I don't like working on. It's a little too hot for me. So I might wake up early and quick come out here while it's still humid but not 90 and get those done as well. If I do that, it'll be tomorrow, and I will tack that on to the end of this video. If I don't, it'll probably be covered in another video, but some of these maintenance things, it's hard for me to film because it's a lot easier just to get through it and get it done. Anyway, the first thing I'm gonna do is weed this bed. So let me go find a bucket to put all my weeds in, get you guys set up, and we will go to town. Okay, as surprising as that may seem, it was about an hour and 15 minutes, and it is getting kind of dark and buggy out, so I'm gonna call it a night, but I will quickly show you what I did get done. So I got the anemone bed weeded and mulched, which I think we can agree was quite a good job done. I did try and weed around here. There are still some inside these are sugar snap peas, but I accidentally pulled out one or two of them, so I decided to leave what's in there. We'll tackle it later. I also weeded the ground cherries and the dahlias. I did some light weeding over here, and then I focused in on weeding these two beds and tying up and pruning the tomatoes. They look a lot better, and I think they will thank me for it. Guys should probably be tied up again but he needs to get just a tiny bit longer, so I bet if I wait a couple days, he will be ready. Over here I did weed and also tie up and prune these guys. These 3 are all Paul Robesons. They are really going to town. I've got a tomato that died that I replaced though. This one's looking kind of sad, which is a blueberry cherry. This is a Napa Chardonnay. And then I've got some Kajari melons that are also not looking great. But these ranunculus, this is a bridal mix, all got weeded. There were a ton of tomatoes hiding in there, which was a bummer. Here's another one right now. Some of them were quite large. But I am going to call it a night, and I will come and mulch this tomorrow. In fact, I'm probably going to leave my thing of easy mulch here. I also added, and I will do this in the other bed as well, a couple of alyssum in here. Alyssum have roots that grow around other roots, so they're a great companion plant that brings in pollinators, and they help with weed suppression. So in this bed, I think I added 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess I could just say here, this tomato I think is Abe Lincoln. This one is a blueberry cherry. This one is a Dr. Wishies, and this is a Jasper. I also have the hands to prove that I was working with tomatoes. I like taking my gloves off when I'm doing tomatoes so I can feel what I'm doing a little bit more. I don't know why, because it makes both hands look like this. You can see there's a slight green hue to them, and then they get like tarry, and it's actually really hard to get off. I use a little bit of vinegar and dish soap. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I have to tell my coworkers that it's not dirt, it's tomatoes. Anyway, this is a good job done. I think I might turn this into a series occasionally. Not like every week, but from time to time, just do an hour's worth of maintenance in the garden with you so you can see what real vegetable gardens are like. It's not pristine, it takes work. I mean, I'm probably going to be waking up really early to get some of this stuff finished before the heat sets in, and that's real life. So I'm glad you were able to join me today, and we'll definitely tackle the other beds and finish this another time. It might be on camera, it might not. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm glad we did get to spend the last hour or so together, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.